Yeah, the Samsung Ads Onboarding Partner Program represents our commitment to providing advertisers with the ability to plan and activate in a streaming environment with advertisers' own data. From an activation standpoint, it means clients can activate on our 57 million US smart TVs. And from a planning perspective, it means they can use our audience advisor tool, which allows clients to understand how their audience is using the streaming ecosystem and how they can be reached with AVOD.
So tell us a little about, walk us through the activation. And I know there's, of course, issues about privacy and how you manage their first-party data. Tell us sort of how that works and kind of how you see the rollout.
Yeah, so in first quarter of 2022, we will be rolling this out with Axiom, Adobe, Experian, LiveRamp, Merkle, and Oracle Advertising. And all of the advertisers who use those DMPs to house and deploy their proprietary or otherwise curated data can easily onboard that data into the Samsung Ads ecosystem, activate across CTV inventory, connected TV inventory, across the Samsung Ads footprint that I described, the 57 million smart TVs in the US. And those same audiences will be part of the audience advisor planning tool, which I referenced. And so when the client lights up that data in our platform, what we can tell them from a planning perspective is, here's how many of your audience are in our platform. Here's how many of them are mostly linears and mostly streaming audiences. And for the mostly streaming audiences, we're going to tell you about those people. We're going to tell you how much time they spend in streaming. We're going to tell you how much time they spend in SVOD versus AVOD. With an emphasis on AVOD, because that's how the advertiser is able to reach these audiences. Part of the reason we're doing this, Andy, is because we see an increasing trend in marketers to invest in their own data. I call it an empowerment moment, because many advertisers are not only investing in the infrastructure, the technology, the data lakes, and the people, the data scientists to manage their own data, but they're having an empowerment moment because they're deciding, we understand our audience better than any syndicated third-party data, and we are going to invest here because we think there's a return. One thing that's really exciting, Andy, about this release of the Onboarding Partner Program, we've done research to try and quantify for the client, how effective is it to use your own data? And we did an analysis of over 200 campaigns from 2021. And what we saw is when clients use their own data, their conversion rate is 161% higher, at least with website and foot traffic conversions, than any other form of targeting or deployment. And in tune-in categories where it's network tune-in or app tune-in, the conversion rate is 32% higher. So we're seeing that advertisers have a real incentive to leverage their own data and get a better return on that investment by deploying it in the streaming ecosystem where we think they may be under-leveraged. Andy, I want to emphasize that the Samsung Ads Onboarding Partner Program represents not just a one-time shot, it's an ongoing investment. Our roadmap for 2022 is packed with DMPs and potentially clean rooms coming on board to give sort of maximum access to give maximum access to advertisers in the marketplace to onboard data into the Samsung Ads ecosystem.